I am Captain Jessica Martinez, and at 28 years old, I had spent 6 years being dismissed as the family disappointment who chose a dead-end military career over corporate success. My younger sister Victoria never missed an opportunity to remind me how I was wasting my potential in the Army while she climbed the ladder at prestigious tech companies. Then came that humid August evening at our family reunion when Victoria introduced her new CEO with smug satisfaction, expecting another opportunity to humiliate me in front of our relatives. Her confident smile disappeared completely when her boss immediately stood at attention, rendered a crisp salute, and said loudly enough for everyone to hear, "It is an honor to meet you, Captain Martinez. Your service record and sacrifice saved my unit in Afghanistan. Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow I've saved something extra special for you." Growing up in San Antonio, Texas, I never imagined that my choice to serve in the military would become a source of family tension and personal validation that would define my adult relationships. Our family had always valued education and professional achievement, with both parents working in the medical field and expecting their daughters to pursue careers that offered financial security and social prestige. My father, Dr. Miguel Martinez, worked as a cardiologist at Methodist Hospital, while my mother, Elena Martinez, served as a nurse practitioner at a busy family clinic. They had immigrated from Mexico in their 20s, working multiple jobs while pursuing their medical education with determination that bordered on obsession. Their sacrifices had provided Victoria and me with opportunities they could only have dreamed of during their own youth, and they expected us to maximize those advantages through strategic career choices. Victoria embraced their expectations completely. 3 years younger than me, she demonstrated exceptional academic ability from elementary school through high school, graduating as valedictorian with perfect grades and numerous leadership awards. She chose computer science at Stanford University, completing her degree with honors while securing competitive internships at major technology companies. By age 24, she had already been promoted twice at her first job and was earning a 6-figure salary that exceeded our parents' combined income when they were her age. I followed a different path that reflected values and interests that sometimes conflicted with family expectations. While I maintained good grades and participated in various school activities, I felt drawn to service opportunities that emphasized helping others rather than personal advancement. I volunteered at local homeless shelters, participated in community cleanup projects, and tutored younger students who struggled with academic challenges. My interest in military service began during high school when I met Staff Sergeant Rebecca Torres during a career fair presentation. She spoke about the Army's mission to protect freedom and democracy worldwide, the leadership development opportunities available through military training, and the satisfaction that comes from serving purposes larger than personal gain. Her description of military life emphasized teamwork, personal growth, and meaningful contribution to national security in ways that resonated with my developing sense of purpose and responsibility. The decision to enlist after high school graduation surprised and disappointed my parents, who had assumed I would pursue college education immediately like Victoria. They viewed military service as an option for young people who lacked better alternatives, not as a legitimate career choice for someone with my academic capabilities and family background. Their reaction reflected common misconceptions about military service that would continue influencing family dynamics throughout my early career. "Jessica, you are throwing away your potential," my mother said with tears in her eyes when I announced my intention to enlist. "We came to this country so you could have opportunities we never had. Military service is dangerous and offers no real future for someone with your intelligence and capabilities." My father's response was more analytical but equally discouraging. "The military will limit your options and delay your education," he explained with characteristic precision. "By the time you complete your service commitment, Victoria will be years ahead in her career development. You will spend your 20s following orders instead of building professional expertise that creates long-term financial security." Their concerns reflected genuine love and desire for my well-being, but they also revealed fundamental misunderstanding about military service and its potential for personal and professional development. I attempted to explain my motivation for choosing this path, emphasizing the leadership training, educational benefits, and opportunity to serve my country while developing skills that would be valuable in any future career. Victoria's reaction was less diplomatic and more consistently critical throughout my military career. She viewed my choice as evidence of limited ambition and poor decision-making that reflected negatively on the family's success narrative. Her comments became increasingly sharp as her own career advanced and the contrast between our paths became more pronounced. "I cannot understand why you chose to waste your life taking orders from people who probably never went to college," she said during one particularly harsh family dinner conversation. "While I am building real professional expertise and earning actual money, you are playing soldier and learning skills that have no application in the real world." These family discussions were emotionally challenging but also strengthened my commitment to proving that military service could provide meaningful career development and personal growth. I was determined to demonstrate that success could be measured through contribution and service rather than solely through salary and status indicators that impressed my family members. Basic training at Fort Moore in Georgia provided the first evidence that my decision had been correct despite family skepticism. The intensive 8-week program challenged every aspect of my physical and mental capabilities while building confidence and leadership skills that I had never developed through traditional academic activity. The experience taught me that I could excel under pressure, work effectively with diverse teams, and maintain focus during extended periods of stress and uncertainty. My drill sergeants recognized leadership potential that led to appointment as squad leader during the final weeks of basic training. This responsibility required coordinating the activities of 8 other recruits, while maintaining my own performance standards and supporting team members who struggled with various training requirements. The experience provided practical leadership education that exceeded anything available through classroom instruction or civilian employment opportunity. Advanced individual training in military intelligence at Fort Huachuca, Arizona, introduced me to analytical and technical skills that would become the foundation for my entire military career. The curriculum included computer systems, data analysis, foreign language study, and intelligence gathering techniques that required intellectual capabilities that challenged conventional assumptions about military education and professional development. The training environment attracted highly intelligent and motivated individuals from diverse backgrounds who had chosen military service for various personal and professional reasons. My classmates included college graduates, technical specialists, and individuals with advanced civilian work experience, who viewed military service as an opportunity for continued learning and meaningful contribution rather than a last resort for people lacking better options. Sergeant First Class David Kim, our primary instructor, had previously worked as a software engineer before enlisting and brought civilian professional experience to military intelligence training. His perspective helped me understand how military skills could complement rather than replace civilian education and career development. The analytical thinking and problem-solving capabilities you develop here are directly applicable to civilian careers in technology, business, and government, he explained during one of our individual counseling sessions. Military experience provides leadership development and practical skills that employers value highly, especially when combined with continued education and professional certification. His guidance influenced my decision to pursue college education through military tuition assistance programs, while maintaining active duty status. This approach would allow me to combine practical leadership experience with academic credentials while serving my country and developing expertise that would be valuable in any future career direction. My first operational assignment to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, provided opportunities to apply intelligence training in real-world situations that supported military operations worldwide. The work involved analyzing information from multiple sources, preparing briefings for senior leadership, and supporting decision-making processes that affected soldier safety and mission success. The responsibility was significant and required attention to detail that could impact human lives and national security objectives. Unlike many civilian entry-level positions that involved routine tasks with limited consequences, my military role demanded high-level performance with immediate accountability for results. The experience accelerated my professional development in ways that would have been impossible through traditional corporate career progression. Within 18 months, I had been promoted to specialist and selected for additional training that would prepare me for deployment to Afghanistan. The opportunity represented both professional advancement and personal challenge that would test everything I had learned about leadership, analytical thinking, and performance under pressure. The deployment preparation process included specialized training in cultural awareness, language skills, and advanced intelligence techniques that would be essential for effective performance in a combat environment. The curriculum was intellectually demanding and professionally rigorous in ways that contradicted family assumptions about military service being suitable only for people lacking better alternatives. During pre-deployment leave, I attempted to share my excitement about the upcoming assignment and the professional growth opportunities it represented. My family's reaction revealed the persistent disconnect between their perception of military service and the reality of my experience and development. "Jessica, you are risking your life for a job that pays less than Victoria earned during her first year out of college," my mother said with characteristic concern mixed with disapproval. "When will you realize that this military phase needs to end so you can start building a real career?" Victoria's commentary was more pointed and revealed the competitive dynamic that had developed between us as our career paths diverged. "While you are playing war games in some desert, I will be accepting another promotion and moving into management," she announced with satisfaction. "By the time you finish wasting your 20s in the Army, I will be established in my career with financial security and professional reputation." These conversations were painful because they reflected genuine concern combined with fundamental misunderstanding about the value and potential of military service. My family members measured success exclusively through financial metrics and social status indicators that failed to account for the personal growth, leadership development, and meaningful contribution that motivated my career choices. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Now back to the story. The Afghanistan deployment would ultimately provide experiences and recognition that transformed not only my own understanding of my capabilities, but also my family's perception of military service and its potential for creating impact that extends far beyond individual advancement. The foundation that seemed so disappointing to my family members would prove to be preparation for contributions that money could not measure and recognition that status symbols could not provide. The tension between family expectations and personal values that characterized my early military career would eventually resolve through dramatic circumstances that revealed the true nature of success and the importance of choosing purpose over profit in determining life direction. The foundation period that my family viewed as wasted potential was actually building capabilities and character that would enable achievements they could never have imagined when measuring my progress through their limited understanding of professional development and meaningful contribution. The warning signs of deeper family tensions began manifesting during my second year of military service when Victoria's career advancement accelerated and our parents' expectations for my civilian transition intensified. What started as gentle encouragement to consider my post-military options evolved into increasingly direct pressure to abandon my military career for opportunities that aligned with their understanding of professional success and financial security. Victoria's promotion to senior software engineer at Technova Solutions in Austin provided her with ammunition for more frequent and pointed criticisms of my career choices. Her new position included stock options, comprehensive benefits, and a salary that exceeded what I would earn through several years of military advancement. She began using family gatherings and phone conversations as opportunities to highlight the growing gap between our financial circumstances and professional trajectories. During Thanksgiving dinner in 2019, Victoria announced her promotion with characteristic confidence and subtle condescension. The celebration dinner at our parents' house included extended family members who had not seen us together for several months, providing an audience for what became a particularly uncomfortable comparison of our respective achievements. I received another promotion this month along with a significant salary increase and equity participation in the company, Victoria shared while passing the cranberry sauce. The technology sector offers unlimited growth potential for people willing to invest in developing relevant skills and building professional networks. Her comment was directed toward the general table conversation, but her glance in my direction made clear that she intended it as commentary on my career choices. The implication that military service lacked growth potential and skill development reflected common misconceptions that had become increasingly frustrating throughout my military experience. My father responded with visible pride and satisfaction. "Victoria, your success demonstrates the value of strategic career planning and academic excellence," he said while nodding approvingly. "Your mother and I are proud of how you have maximized the opportunities we worked to provide." The conversation continued with detailed discussion of Victoria's responsibilities, company culture, and future advancement possibilities within the technology industry. Her achievements were substantial and deserved recognition, but the extended focus on her success created an implicit contrast with my military career that felt deliberately exclusionary. When attention finally turned to my military experience, the questions reflected curiosity mixed with underlying concern about my long-term prospects. Uncle Roberto, my father's brother who worked in construction management, asked about my plans for transitioning to civilian employment after completing my military commitment. "Jessica, have you considered what kind of work you want to pursue when you finish with the Army?" he inquired with genuine interest. "Your military experience surely provides valuable training, but you will need to translate those skills into civilian opportunities that offer financial stability and career advancement." His question reflected assumptions that military service was a temporary phase that required eventual transition to real career opportunities in civilian sector. The implication that my current work lacked permanence or professional value had become a recurring theme in family conversations throughout my military career. I attempted to explain that military service offered legitimate career progression with opportunities for continued education, leadership development, and specialization in technical fields that translated directly to civilian employment. My intelligence background provided analytical skills and security clearance credentials that were highly valued by government contractors and technology companies. Military intelligence work involves data analysis, technical training, and project management responsibilities that are directly applicable to civilian careers, I explained carefully. The leadership experience and security clearance open doors to opportunities that are not available to traditional college graduates without specialized training. Victoria interrupted with commentary that revealed her fundamental misunderstanding of military career development and professional advancement potential. "Jessica, you need to be realistic about how civilian employers view military experience," she said with authority that assumed superior knowledge of professional recruitment practice. "Technology companies prioritize candidates with relevant technical degrees and industry experience over military training that may not translate to their specific business requirement. While your service is admirable, it does not substitute for the kind of professional development that creates real career advancement opportunity." Her assessment was particularly frustrating because it demonstrated ignorance about the increasing demand for veterans in technology sectors and the specific advantages that military experience provided in competitive employment markets. Major technology companies actively recruited military veterans for their leadership capabilities, analytical skills, and ability to perform under pressure. The conversation highlighted growing tensions that extended beyond simple career comparisons to fundamental differences in values and definitions of meaningful work. Victoria's focus on salary, status, and conventional markers of professional success contrasted sharply with my commitment to service, leadership development, and contribution to purposes larger than personal advancement. These family dynamics intensified during the months leading up to my deployment to Afghanistan. The preparation process required extensive training and personal arrangements that made the reality of military service more visible to family members who had previously viewed it as an abstract career choice with limited real-world implications. The deployment announcement created anxiety among family members who suddenly confronted the serious nature of military service and the potential risks associated with overseas assignment. Their concern was genuine and reflected natural fear for my safety, but it also revealed the disconnect between their perception of military service and its actual requirements and responsibility. My mother's reaction was particularly emotional and demonstrated the depth of her misunderstanding about military missions and the importance of intelligence work in supporting operational success. "Jessica, why are you volunteering to risk your life in some foreign country that has nothing to do with our family or our future?" she asked through tears during a private conversation about deployment preparation. Her question reflected common misconceptions about military service and national security responsibilities that made meaningful discussion about my career choice difficult and emotionally charged. The idea that defending American interests overseas was disconnected from our family's security demonstrated limited understanding of global threats and military mission requirements. I attempted to explain the significance of intelligence work in supporting soldier safety and mission success, emphasizing that my role involved analysis and planning rather than direct combat operations. However, these distinctions were less important to family members than the basic fact that deployment involved risk and separation from familiar circumstances. Victoria's response to the deployment news was characteristically focused on career implications rather than personal safety concerns. This deployment will set you back professionally by removing you from normal career development activities for an entire year, she observed with typical analytical detachment. While you are overseas dealing with military requirements, I will be advancing in my career and building professional relationships that create long-term advancement opportunities. The gap between our career trajectories will become even more pronounced when you return from Afghanistan. Her comment revealed the competitive dynamic that had developed between us as our career paths diverged in increasingly dramatic ways. Victoria appeared to view my military service not just as a poor career choice but as a personal validation of her superior decision-making and strategic thinking about professional development. The pre-deployment period also brought recognition and advancement within my military career that contradicted family assumptions about limited growth potential in military service. My selection for promotion to sergeant ahead of normal timelines reflected superior performance and leadership potential that would accelerate my career progression throughout my remaining military commitment. The promotion ceremony at Fort Bragg provided an opportunity for family members to observe military recognition procedures and understand the professional standards and advancement criteria that governed my career development. My parents attended the ceremony despite their reservations about my career choice, and their reaction revealed some shifting perspectives about military service and its potential for meaningful achievement. Staff Sergeant Williams, my immediate supervisor, explained my responsibilities and performance record to my parents during the reception following the ceremony. Sergeant Martinez has demonstrated exceptional analytical capabilities and leadership potential that mark her for continued advancement and increased responsibility, he told them with obvious pride in my achievement. Her intelligence analysis has contributed to successful mission planning and soldier safety in ways that directly impact operational effectiveness. The military invests significant resources in developing personnel with her capabilities because they are essential for national security success. His explanation provided my parents with their first detailed understanding of my actual responsibilities and the professional standards that governed military advance. The ceremony and conversations with my military colleagues began shifting their perception of military service from temporary employment to legitimate career development with meaningful contribution and advancement potential. However, Victoria remains skeptical about the long-term value of military recognition and advancement within what she continued to view as a limited career environment. Military promotions and recognition are meaningful within that system, but they do not translate to civilian career advancement or financial opportunity, she maintained during family discussions following the ceremony. When Jessica eventually transitions to civilian employment, employers will evaluate her based on civilian standards and requirements rather than military achievements that may not be relevant to their business needs. Her perspective reflected persistent misunderstanding about veteran employment trends and the increasing recognition among civilian employers of military leadership development and technical training. Major corporations actively recruited military personnel specifically because of their leadership experience, analytical capabilities, and performance under pressure. The deployment to Afghanistan would ultimately provide experiences and recognitions that transformed both my understanding of my capabilities and my family's appreciation for military service and its potential for creating meaningful impact. The gathering storm of family tensions and competing definitions of success would eventually resolve through circumstances that revealed the true nature of achievement and the importance of service over self-interest in determining life direction. The months of preparation and family tension had prepared me for the challenges ahead. while strengthening my commitment to proving that military service offered opportunities for growth, contribution, and recognition that extended far beyond conventional measures of professional success. The gathering storm was building toward experiences that would test every assumption about career choice, personal values, and the meaning of meaningful work in ways that none of us could have anticipated. The months leading up to my Afghanistan deployment brought the full weight of military responsibility into sharp focus as I prepared to support operations where lives depended on the accuracy and timeliness of intelligence analysis. This period revealed the profound difference between civilian career challenges, where mistakes might affect business outcomes or professional advancement, and military service, where analytical errors could result in injury or death for fellow soldiers serving in dangerous environments. The pre-deployment training at Fort Irwin, California, immersed our intelligence unit in realistic scenarios that simulated the operational environment we would encounter in Afghanistan. The exercises required processing multiple information streams simultaneously while providing actionable intelligence to combat units operating under time-sensitive conditions. The training revealed that military intelligence work demanded intellectual rigor and analytical precision that exceeded the requirements of most civilian professional positions. Captain Sarah Chen, our unit commander and a West Point graduate with previous combat experience, emphasized the critical nature of our upcoming responsibilities during team preparation sessions. Her leadership style combined high-performance expectations with genuine concern for soldier development and mission success, demonstrating the type of leadership that attracted dedicated professionals to military. The intelligence analysis you provide will directly influence mission planning and soldier safety throughout our deployment, she explained during one of our final training exercises. Combat commanders depend on accurate, timely intelligence to make decisions that protect their soldiers while accomplishing mission objectives. Your analytical capabilities and attention to detail are not abstract skills but practical tools that save lives and ensure mission success. Her words carried weight that extended beyond typical professional motivation, because they reflected the reality that our work would have immediate consequences for people operating in hostile environments. This level of responsibility required maturity and commitment that challenged every team member to perform at their highest capability while supporting collective mission success. The weight of responsibility became more personal when I learned that our deployment would support operations in the same region where Staff Sergeant Rebecca Torres, the recruiter who had inspired my military career, had been killed in action 6 months earlier. Her death provided sobering reminder of the risks that military personnel faced and the importance of intelligence support in minimizing those dangers through accurate threat assessment and mission planning. Learning about Staff Sergeant Torres's death during a casualty notification brief was emotionally devastating and professionally motivating simultaneously. She had been conducting convoy security operations when her unit encountered an improvised explosive device that had not been detected through intelligence analysis. The incident highlighted the life and death importance of thorough intelligence work and the personal responsibility that accompanied analytical assignment. The notification prompted reflection on the path that had brought me to military service and the significance of the work we would be performing in Afghanistan. Staff Sergeant Torres had introduced me to military service as an opportunity for meaningful contribution and personal development, and her sacrifice reinforced my commitment to honoring her memory through exceptional performance in supporting operational success and soldier safety. During final family leave before deployment, the contrast between military responsibility and civilian career concerns became particularly pronounced through conversations with Victoria about our respective professional challenges and growth opportunities. Her recent promotion to team lead at Technova Solutions involved managing software development projects with budgets exceeding $2 million and coordinating the work of 12 junior developers. Managing this development team requires balancing multiple competing priorities while ensuring that project deliverables meet client specifications and timeline requirements. Victoria explained during dinner at our parents' house. The responsibility is significant because project success affects company revenue and my professional reputation within the technology industry. Her description of professional challenges was legitimate and reflected genuine responsibility within civilian business operations. However, The contrast with military deployment responsibilities revealed fundamental differences in the nature of accountability and the consequences of professional performance between civilian and military career environments. I attempted to share some aspects of my deployment preparation without violating operational security requirements, focusing on the analytical training and leadership development that would be essential for mission success. The conversation revealed the difficulty of explaining military responsibility to family members who measured professional significance primarily through financial impact and career advancement potential. The intelligence analysis I will be conducting supports combat operations where accuracy and timeliness directly affect soldier safety and mission effectiveness, I explained carefully. The training has been intensive because the analytical standards and performance requirements exceed anything I experienced during previous assignments. My mother responded with characteristic concern mixed with confusion about the nature of military operations and the role of intelligence support in combat environments. Jessica, I understand that your work is important to the military, but I worry about you being in such a dangerous place for a job that will not advance your civilian career prospects, she said with obvious anxiety about deployment risks. Her concern reflected natural parental worry combined with persistent misunderstanding about the career value of military experience and the importance of deployment service for professional development within military and civilian sector. The conversation highlighted the emotional challenge of carrying family concerns along with military responsibilities during deployment preparation. Victoria's reaction focused on the career implications of spending 12 months in Afghanistan rather than pursuing civilian employment or educational opportunities that would advance my post-military prospects. While you are overseas dealing with military requirements, I will be gaining experience and building professional relationships that create advancement opportunities within the technology industry, she observed with characteristic analytical detachment. The time you spend in deployment could be invested in developing civilian skills and credentials that would position you for better employment opportunities when you eventually transition from military service. Her assessment reflected the persistent family assumption that military service was a temporary phase requiring eventual transition to civilian career development rather than a legitimate professional path with its own advancement opportunities and meaningful contribution potential. The conversation revealed how difficult it would be to maintain family relationships while pursuing a career path that family members fundamentally misunderstood and undervalued. The deployment itself began with arrival at Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan during January 2020, where the stark contrast between the secure training environment at Fort Irwin and the operational reality of a combat zone became immediately apparent. The base operated under constant threat assessment, with security protocols that reflected genuine risk of attack from hostile forces operating throughout the surrounding region. Our intelligence unit was assigned to support operations across multiple provinces in eastern Afghanistan where American and coalition forces were conducting counter-terrorism missions and training Afghan security forces. The analytical requirements included threat assessment, target development, and mission planning support that demanded expertise in cultural factors, terrain analysis, and enemy capabilities assessment. Sergeant First Class Michael Rodriguez, our senior analyst with 3 previous deployments, provided orientation that emphasized the critical importance of thorough analysis and conservative threat assessment in protecting soldier lives while enabling mission success. His experience and leadership became invaluable resources for understanding the operational environment and developing analytical capabilities appropriate for combat support requirements. Intelligence analysis in a combat environment requires different thinking than training exercises because the consequences of error are immediate and serious, he explained during our initial operational brief. Conservative threat assessment protects soldiers even when it complicates mission planning, while overly optimistic analysis can create vulnerabilities that result in casualties. His guidance emphasized the weight of responsibility that accompanied intelligence work in combat zones, where analytical judgments directly influenced life and death decisions made by combat commanders and soldiers operating in hostile territory. The learning curve was steep and the performance expectations were unforgiving, but the importance of the work provided motivation that exceeded any civilian career experience. The first major analytical assignment involved supporting a complex operation to disrupt insurgent networks operating along supply routes used by coalition forces. The mission required synthesizing information from multiple intelligence sources to identify threats and develop recommendations for convoy protection and route security measures. The analysis revealed sophisticated insurgent tactics that included coordinated attacks, advanced improvised explosive devices, and surveillance networks that monitored coalition movement. Understanding these threats required detailed study of enemy capabilities, terrain factors, and historical attack patterns that could inform protective measures and tactical approaches for the planned operation. Working through multiple 12-hour shifts to complete the analysis within mission timeline requirements provided insight into the demanding nature of combat intelligence support and the personal stamina required for sustained performance under pressure. The work demanded intellectual focus and analytical precision while operating under sleep deprivation and stress conditions that tested every aspect of professional capability. The successful completion of the mission, which resulted in significant disruption of insurgent networks without coalition casualties, provided validation of our analytical work and demonstration of the direct connection between intelligence quality and operational success. The experience reinforced understanding of military service as meaningful contribution rather than temporary employment preceding civilian career development. The weight of responsibility continued growing throughout the deployment as our unit's analytical capabilities became essential for increasingly complex operations that required sophisticated threat assessment and mission planning support. The recognition from combat commanders and operational success of supported missions provided professional satisfaction that exceeded any civilian career achievement. Communication with family during deployment revealed the continuing disconnect between their perception of military service and the reality of my professional development and meaningful contribution to important national security missions. Video calls with Victoria highlighted the growing contrast between our professional experiences and the different types of responsibility that defined our respective career paths. I received another promotion and salary increase this quarter along with expanded responsibilities for client relationship management, Victoria reported during one of our monthly family calls. The company is growing rapidly and creating advancement opportunities for employees who demonstrate strategic thinking and project management capabilities. Her achievements were substantial and reflected genuine professional success within the technology industry. However, the contrast with deployment experiences revealed different definitions of meaningful work and the various ways that professional capability could be applied for individual advancement versus collective mission success. The weight of responsibility that characterized military service in Afghanistan was teaching lessons about leadership, analytical thinking, and performance under pressure that would prove invaluable throughout my remaining military career and eventual civilian employment. The deployment was building capabilities and confidence that family members could not understand or appreciate, while measuring success exclusively through financial advancement and conventional career progression markers. The experience was preparing me for recognition and opportunities that would eventually transform family perceptions about military service value and the importance of choosing purpose over profit in determining career direction and life satisfaction. The weight of responsibility was building character and capability that would enable contributions extending far beyond individual achievement or financial advance. The crisis that would define my deployment and transform my understanding of leadership under extreme pressure arrived during the 6th month of our Afghanistan assignment, when intelligence indicated an imminent large-scale attack against coalition forces at Forward Operating Base Chap. The threat assessment revealed sophisticated planning and coordination that exceeded previous insurgent capabilities in our operational area, requiring immediate and decisive analytical response to prevent potential catastrophic loss. The intelligence came through multiple channels simultaneously during the early morning hours of July 15. Intercepted communications suggested coordinated assault involving approximately 50 insurgents with advanced weaponry, while human intelligence sources reported unusual movement patterns and preparation activities in villages surrounding the base. The convergence of these indicators created an unprecedented threat picture that demanded comprehensive analysis and rapid response recommendations. Captain Chen assembled our intelligence team for emergency threat assessment procedures that would determine the base defense posture and potential evacuation requirements for non-essential personnel. The analytical challenge involved synthesizing conflicting information sources while working under severe time constraints that allowed no margin for error or extended deliberation about alternative interpretation. The intelligence indicators are serious enough to warrant immediate action, but we need precise threat assessment to determine appropriate response measures. Captain Chen explained during our emergency briefing. Overreaction could compromise ongoing operations and waste resources, while underestimating the threat could result in significant casualties and mission failure. The analytical framework required evaluating threat credibility, timing assessment, and capability analysis, while coordinating with multiple intelligence agencies and operational commanders who would implement defensive measures based on our recommendation. The complexity exceeded any previous analytical challenge I had encountered during deployment or training exercise. Sergeant First Class Rodriguez assigned me primary responsibility for communications analysis, while coordinating with specialists handling human intelligence evaluation and imagery analysis. The integration of multiple intelligence disciplines under extreme time pressure required analytical skills and coordination capabilities that tested every aspect of my professional development and training. The communications intercepts revealed detailed discussions about attack timing, target priorities, and coordination procedures that indicated genuine operational planning, rather than deception or misinformation designed to trigger false alarm. However, the technical sophistication of the communications suggested external support that raised questions about the true scope and capabilities of the planned assault. Working through 18 consecutive hours of intensive analysis, while coordinating with intelligence agencies across multiple time zones, provided insight into the demanding nature of crisis intelligence support and the personal stamina required for sustained performance under life and death pressure. The analytical work required absolute precision while operating under sleep deprivation and stress conditions that challenged every aspect of professional capability. The breakthrough came when pattern analysis of communications data revealed coordination with insurgent networks operating in adjacent provinces, indicating a multi-province assault designed to overwhelm base defenses while preventing reinforcement from nearby coalition forces. This discovery transformed the threat assessment from localized attack to regional offensive that required immediate escalation to senior military leadership. The expanded threat picture demanded comprehensive defensive preparations, including aircraft repositioning, additional force deployment, and coordination with Afghan security forces throughout the affected region. The analytical recommendations would influence decisions affecting thousands of coalition and Afghan personnel while determining the success or failure of insurgent strategic objectives. My analytical report documenting the threat assessment and recommended response measures became the foundation for defensive planning that would either prevent catastrophic losses or prove inadequate if the analysis contained errors or omissions. The weight of responsibility for accuracy and completeness was overwhelming, but the importance of the mission provided focus that enabled sustained performance despite exhaustion and pressure. The validation of our threat assessment came 36 hours later when coalition forces intercepted the planned assault during its initial phases, resulting in significant insurgent casualties while preventing any coalition loss. The successful defensive operation confirmed the accuracy of our analysis, while demonstrating the direct connection between intelligence quality and operational success in combat environments. General Patricia Morrison, the regional commander responsible for operations across eastern Afghanistan, personally commended our intelligence team for analytical excellence that enabled preemptive action against a significant threat to coalition forces. Her recognition provided professional validation that exceeded any civilian career achievement, while reinforcing understanding of military service as meaningful contribution to national security objectives. The analytical work performed by this intelligence team prevented what could have been the most serious attack against coalition forces in this region during the past 2 years, General Morrison stated during the commendation ceremony at Bagram Airfield. Their dedication to analytical excellence and commitment to soldier safety exemplifies the professionalism and capability that characterizes our intelligence community. The recognition ceremony was attended by senior military leadership from across the region, along with intelligence professionals who understood the significance of the analytical achievement and its impact on coalition force protection. The experience provided perspective on military career advancement and recognition that operated according to performance standards and contribution metrics that differed fundamentally from civilian professional environments. The successful completion of this critical mission marked a turning point in my deployment experience and professional development within military intelligence. The recognition from senior leadership created opportunities for advanced training and increased responsibility that would accelerate my career progression while preparing me for future assignments requiring higher-level analytical capability. However, the personal cost of sustained performance under extreme pressure during the crisis period had been significant. The 18-hour analytical shifts, combined with ongoing operational requirements and limited rest opportunities, had pushed my physical and mental capabilities to their limits, while testing resilience and determination in ways that exceeded any previous experience. The recovery period following the successful mission completion provided opportunity for reflection on the nature of military service and the personal growth that emerged from accepting responsibility for outcomes that extended far beyond individual advancement or recognition. The crisis had revealed capabilities and character strengths that I had not previously recognized while building confidence in my ability to perform effectively under the most demanding circumstances. Communication with family during this period revealed the continuing disconnect between their understanding of military service and the reality of my professional development and meaningful contribution to critical national security missions. The crisis and its successful resolution had provided experiences and recognition that were impossible to convey adequately through brief video calls or written messages. Victoria's response to news about the commendation reflected her persistent focus on civilian career advancement and her inability to appreciate the significance of military recognition and achievement. Congratulations on your military award, but you should be thinking about how to translate this experience into civilian employment opportunities when you complete your deployment, she advised during our monthly family call. Military recognition is meaningful within that system, but civilian employers will be more interested in quantifiable achievements and technical skills that directly apply to their business requirements than in military commendations that may not translate to commercial value. Her perspective demonstrated the fundamental misunderstanding about veteran employment trends and the increasing recognition among civilian employers of military leadership, development, and crisis management capabilities. Major corporations actively recruited military personnel specifically because of their proven ability to perform under pressure and deliver results in complex, high-stakes environments. The contrast between military and civilian definitions of meaningful achievement became more pronounced as my deployment continued, and additional recognition opportunities emerged from successful mission support and analytical excellence. The military career path that my family viewed as limited and temporary was providing leadership, development, and professional recognition that exceeded most civilian opportunities for comparable experience and responsibility level. The breaking point had revealed that crisis situations often provide the most significant opportunities for personal growth and professional development when approached with courage and commitment to excellence. The analytical challenge that initially seemed overwhelming had become a foundation for increased confidence and capability that would influence every subsequent aspect of my military career and eventual civilian employment. The experience reinforced understanding that meaningful work requires accepting responsibility for outcomes that matter to other people rather than focusing exclusively on personal advancement or financial gain. The crisis had provided opportunity to contribute to mission success and soldier safety in ways that created lasting satisfaction and professional pride that extended far beyond individual recognition or career progression. The successful resolution of the intelligence crisis had also created new relationships with senior military leadership, who recognized analytical capabilities and leadership potential that would influence future assignment opportunities and career development within military intelligence. The network of professional relationships emerging from deployment experience would prove valuable throughout my remaining military service and eventual transition to civilian employment. The breaking point had transformed from overwhelming crisis into breakthrough achievement through the process of maintaining focus on mission success rather than personal concerns about performance pressure or potential failure. The experience provided foundation for continued professional development and increased responsibility that would ultimately lead to recognition extending far beyond military circles into civilian sectors that valued crisis leadership and analytical excellence. The lessons learned during this critical period about performance under pressure, analytical precision, and leadership during crisis situations would become essential capabilities for navigating future challenges and opportunities throughout my career. The breaking point had revealed that sustainable success emerges from dedication to purposes larger than personal advancement, while building character and capability that enable contributions extending far beyond individual achievement or recognition. The transformation that emerged from successfully preventing the coalition base attack marked the beginning of a fundamental shift in my understanding of leadership, capability, and the true nature of professional achievement. The recognition from General Morrison and the broader intelligence community had validated my analytical abilities while opening doors to opportunities that would accelerate my military career progression and establish my reputation within specialized defense sectors. The weeks following the crisis resolution brought a series of developments that demonstrated how exceptional performance under pressure creates momentum for continued advancement and increased responsibility. Colonel James Harrison, the Senior Intelligence Officer for Regional Command East, requested my assignment to a specialized analytical team responsible for strategic threat assessment across multiple operational areas in Afghanistan and Pakistan. This assignment represented significant advancement within military intelligence hierarchy and provided access to classified programs that required the highest security clearances and analytical capability. The opportunity reflected recognition of my demonstrated performance during the base attack crisis, while positioning me for continued professional development within the most sophisticated intelligence operations supporting coalition forces throughout the region. Colonel Harrison explained the strategic importance of the new assignment during our initial briefing at Regional Command Headquarters in Kabul. Sergeant Martinez, your analytical work during the Chapman threat assessment demonstrated capabilities that are essential for strategic intelligence operations requiring the highest levels of precision and reliability, he stated with characteristic military directness. This assignment will involve supporting decision-making at the highest levels of military leadership while providing intelligence assessments that influence policy decisions affecting coalition strategy throughout Southwest Asia. The responsibility is significant and the performance expectations are demanding, but your demonstrated capabilities indicated readiness for this level of operational involvement. The strategic intelligence role required comprehensive understanding of regional political dynamics, economic factors, and security relationships that extended far beyond traditional tactical intelligence support. The analytical framework involved synthesizing information from diplomatic sources, economic intelligence, and military operations to provide strategic assessments that informed decisions made by general officers and civilian leadership at the Pentagon and State Department. The intellectual demands of strategic intelligence work exceeded any academic or professional challenge I had previously encountered, requiring continuous learning about complex geopolitical relationships while developing expertise in analytical methodologies that were used by senior intelligence professionals throughout the defense community. The learning curve was steep, but the professional development opportunities were exceptional. Dr. Amanda Foster, a civilian intelligence analyst with extensive experience supporting strategic operations, served as my mentor during the transition to strategic intelligence responsibility. Her background included previous assignments with the Central Intelligence Agency and Defense Intelligence Agency, providing perspective on intelligence careers that extended beyond military service into civilian sectors requiring similar analytical capability. Strategic intelligence analysis requires different thinking than tactical support because the time horizons are longer and the implications of analytical assessments extend beyond immediate operational requirements, Dr. Foster explained during our orientation discussion. The analytical products you develop will influence policy decisions and resource allocation that affect long-term strategic objectives rather than immediate tactical outcomes. Her guidance emphasized the broader impact of strategic intelligence work while highlighting career development opportunities that connected military experience with civilian positions in government agencies, defense contractors, and private sector organizations requiring sophisticated analytical capabilities and security clearances. The strategic intelligence assignment provided exposure to senior military leadership and civilian officials who recognized analytical excellence while offering mentorship and professional development opportunities that would prove valuable throughout my remaining military career and eventual civilian employment. The network of professional relationships emerging from this assignment would create opportunities extending far beyond traditional military career progression. The work environment at Regional Command Headquarters included interaction with intelligence professionals from multiple military services, civilian agencies, and allied nations, creating learning opportunities about different analytical approaches and intelligence methodologies that broadened my understanding of international intelligence cooperation and strategic assessment techniques. Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Kim, a Korea Military Academy graduate serving as Deputy Chief of Strategic Intelligence, provided guidance about career development opportunities within military intelligence while sharing insights about transitioning military experience to civilian employment in defense and technology sectors that valued analytical capabilities and leadership. Military intelligence experience, particularly at the strategic level, provides credentials that are highly valued by civilian employers in government, contracting, technology companies, and consulting firms that support national security missions. She explained during one of our professional development discussions. The analytical skills, security clearance, and demonstrated ability to perform under pressure that you are developing through this assignment create competitive advantages in civilian employment markets that recognize the value of military training and experience. Reassurance about post-military career opportunities while reinforcing understanding that military service was building capabilities and credentials that would be valuable throughout my professional life rather than representing a temporary detour from civilian career development. The strategic intelligence work also provided opportunities for advanced training and professional education that accelerated my intellectual development while building expertise in specialized analytical methodologies used by senior intelligence professionals throughout the defense community. The training programs included courses at the Defense Intelligence College and specialized workshops conducted by subject matter experts from across the intelligence community. The educational opportunities available through military service exceeded what would have been accessible through civilian employment, while providing credentials and expertise that would be valuable in any future career direction. The investment in professional development demonstrated military commitment to building long-term capabilities rather than simply utilizing existing skills for immediate operational requirements. The recognition and advancement emerging from the crisis response period created momentum for continued achievement and increased responsibility that transformed my understanding of military career potential and the opportunities available through sustained excellence in analytical work. The trajectory that my family had viewed as limited and temporary was providing experiences and recognition that exceeded most civilian career opportunities for comparable experience levels. Communication with family during this period revealed their continuing inability to appreciate the significance of my professional development and the recognition I was receiving from senior military leadership. The strategic intelligence assignment and associated opportunities were difficult to explain adequately through brief video calls, while maintaining operational security requirements that limited detailed discussion of specific responsibilities and achievements. Victoria's reaction to news about my assignment to strategic intelligence reflected persistent misunderstanding about military career advancement and the professional value of intelligence experience in civilian employment markets. I am glad you are receiving recognition within the military system, but you need to consider how to translate this experience into civilian career opportunities that offer real advancement potential. She advised during our monthly family call. While you are focusing on military assignments that may not have civilian applications, I am building expertise in emerging technologies and business strategy that create advancement opportunities within high-growth industries that offer unlimited career potential. Her assessment demonstrated continued ignorance about veteran employment trends and the increasing demand among civilian employers for military intelligence professionals with demonstrated analytical capabilities and leadership experience. Technology companies, consulting firms, and government contractors actively recruited military intelligence personnel specifically because of their unique combination of technical skills, security clearances, and proven performance under pressure. The contrast between military and civilian recruitment became more pronounced as my strategic intelligence assignment provided access to advanced training opportunities and professional recognition that exceeded what was typically available through civilian employment at comparable experience level. The military investment in professional development reflected understanding that building long-term capabilities required comprehensive education and training, rather than simply utilizing existing skills for immediate operational needs. The strategic intelligence work also provided opportunities for innovation and creative problem-solving that contradicted common assumptions about military service involving routine tasks and limited intellectual challenge. The analytical problems required sophisticated thinking about complex geopolitical relationships while developing new approaches to intelligence assessment that contributed to broader understanding of regional security dynamics. Major General Robert Ching, the commander of Regional Command East and a distinguished military scholar with advanced degrees from Harvard and the War College, recognized innovative analytical approaches that contributed to improved intelligence assessment methodologies used throughout coalition intelligence operations. His mentorship provided perspective on military careers that combined operational excellence with intellectual contribution to strategic thinking and policy development. Sergeant Martinez, your analytical innovations are contributing to improved intelligence methodologies that will benefit coalition operations long after your current assignment concludes, General Chen observed during a strategic assessment briefing. This type of intellectual contribution represents the highest level of military service while preparing you for continued leadership in whatever career direction you choose to pursue. His recognition reflected understanding that military service at its best combines operational excellence with intellectual contribution that advances professional knowledge and improves organizational capability. The opportunity to contribute to strategic thinking while developing personal expertise created satisfaction and professional pride that extended far beyond individual advancement or recognition. The Phoenix moment that emerged from the crisis response period had transformed my understanding of military service from temporary employment, requiring eventual civilian transition to legitimate career path with opportunities for meaningful contribution and continued advancement. The professional development and recognition emerging from exceptional performance had created momentum for continued achievement while building capabilities that would be valuable throughout my career regardless of specific employment sector. The experience reinforced understanding that authentic success emerges from dedication to excellence and commitment to purposes larger than personal advancement, while building character and capabilities that enable continued growth and contribution. The Phoenix moment had revealed that meaningful work involves accepting responsibility for outcomes that matter to other people while maintaining focus on continuous improvement and professional development. The transformation period following the crisis had also strengthened my confidence in career choices that reflected personal values rather than external expectations or conventional definitions of professional success. The recognition and advancement emerging from military service had validated decisions that family members had questioned, while demonstrating that alternative career paths could provide satisfaction and achievement that exceeded traditional measures of professional accomplishment. The Phoenix moment had established foundation for continued professional development and increased responsibilities that would ultimately lead to recognition extending beyond military circles into civilian sectors that valued crisis leadership and analytical excellence. The capabilities and character developed through military service were preparing me for opportunities and contributions that none of us could have anticipated when measuring career potential through conventional financial and status indicators. The strategic intelligence assignment had fundamentally transformed my understanding of military career potential while revealing opportunities for contribution and advancement that extended far beyond conventional service limitations. The recognition from senior leadership combined with exposure to high-level strategic decision-making processes, had created a new vision of professional development that integrated military excellence with broader impact on national security policy and international relations. The realization that military intelligence work could serve as a foundation for influence, extending beyond traditional service boundaries, emerged through interactions with senior officers and civilian officials who had built distinguished careers spanning military service, government position, and private sector leadership. These professionals demonstrated how military experience could become a platform for continued contribution to national security objectives through various career paths and leadership roles. Colonel Rebecca Anderson, a strategic intelligence officer with extensive experience in both military assignments and civilian positions within the Department of Defense, provided mentorship that expanded my perspective on post-military career possibilities and the strategic value of intelligence experience in addressing complex national security challenges. Her career trajectory included senior positions at the Pentagon, consulting work with defense contractors, and academic appointments at prestigious universities, conducting national security research. Military intelligence experience at the strategic level provides unique preparation for leadership roles that require understanding of complex geopolitical relationships and the ability to synthesize information from multiple sources under pressure. Colonel Anderson explained during one of our professional development discussions, the analytical capabilities and strategic thinking that you are developing through this assignment create foundations for continued contribution to national security objectives, regardless of specific employment sector or organizational affiliation. Her perspective emphasized how military service could serve as preparation for broader impact rather than representing a discrete career phase, requiring eventual transition to entirely different professional activity. The vision she presented integrated military experience with continued service to national interests, through various roles and responsibilities that leveraged specialized knowledge and demonstrated capability. The strategic intelligence work itself provided daily reinforcement of this expanded vision through involvement in analysis and policy development that influenced decision-making at the highest levels of military and civilian leadership. The analytical products that our team developed were briefed to general officers, senior civilian officials, and allied military leaders, who relied on our assessments for strategic planning and resource allocation decisions affecting global security operations. The intellectual stimulation and strategic importance of this work contradicted every assumption about military service that my family had expressed throughout my career. Rather than following orders and performing routine tasks, the strategic intelligence assignment required innovative thinking, creative problem-solving, and independent analysis that contributed to policy development and strategic planning at the national level. Dr. Michael Harris, a senior analyst with the Defense Intelligence Agency who served as liaison to our strategic assessment team, shared insights about intelligence careers that spanned military service and civilian positions within government agencies, think tanks, and academic institutions conducting national security research. His background included military service, advanced academic degrees, and senior positions with intelligence agencies that demonstrated the career progression possibilities available through sustained excellence in analytical work. The intelligence community recognizes exceptional analytical capabilities, regardless of whether they are developed through military service or civilian education. Harrison observed during a strategic assessment conference attended by intelligence professionals from across the defense community. The critical thinking skills, strategic perspective, and crisis management experience that you are developing through military intelligence work provide competitive advantages in any career environment that values analytical excellence and leadership under pressure. His assessment reinforced understanding that military intelligence experience was building transferable capabilities that would be valuable throughout my professional life, rather than representing specialized training with limited application beyond military context. The vision of career development that emerged from these interactions integrated military service with broader professional possibilities that leveraged analytical expertise and leadership. The new vision also encompassed opportunities for continued education and professional development, that would complement military experience with advanced academic credentials and specialized expertise in areas relevant to national security policy and international relations. Several senior officers and civilian officials had pursued graduate education while maintaining active involvement in intelligence work, demonstrating how academic study could enhance rather than replace practical experience. Lieutenant Colonel David Kim, a strategic intelligence officer with advanced degrees from Georgetown University and the Naval War College, provided guidance about educational opportunities that would strengthen my preparation for senior leadership roles within military intelligence or civilian positions requiring similar analytical capabilities and strategic perspective. Graduate education in international relations, strategic studies, or regional specialization provides theoretical frameworks that complement practical intelligence experience while building credentials that are recognized throughout the national security community. Lieutenant Colonel Kim explained during our discussion of professional development opportunity. The combination of operational experience and academic expertise creates unique qualifications for senior analytical positions and policy development roles that require both practical knowledge and theoretical understanding. His guidance encouraged pursuit of advanced education that would build upon military experience rather than replacing it with civilian credentials, demonstrating how military service could serve as a foundation for continued intellectual development and professional advancement. The educational opportunities available through military programs and civilian institutions created possibilities for building expertise that would be valuable regardless of specific career direction. The strategic intelligence assignment also provided exposure to international cooperation and alliance relationships that revealed opportunities for continued service through diplomatic and international organizations that relied on professionals with military experience and regional expertise. The NATO liaison officers, United Nations, military observers, and international development specialists who worked with our intelligence team demonstrated career paths that combined military experience with international service and cultural expertise. A strategic intelligence officer who had served with NATO headquarters and United Nations peacekeeping operations shared insights about international career opportunities that valued military experience and regional knowledge developed through deployment assignments and strategic intelligence work. Military intelligence professionals with deployment experience and cultural knowledge are highly sought after by international organizations, diplomatic missions, and non-governmental organizations that require understanding of complex security environments and the ability to work effectively with military and civilian leadership from multiple countries. Major Thompson explained during a briefing on alliance cooperation procedure. The strategic perspective and cultural competence that you are developing through this assignment provide preparation for continued service through various international organizations that address global security challenges and promote stability in conflict-affected regions. Her perspective expanded my understanding of career possibilities that integrated military experience with international service and cultural expertise, demonstrating how deployment experience and strategic intelligence work could serve as preparation for global leadership roles and continued contribution to peace and security objectives. The new vision of professional development also encompassed opportunities for innovation and entrepreneurship that would apply military experience and analytical capabilities to address security challenges through technology development, consulting services, and strategic advisory roles. The defense contracting community included numerous companies founded by military veterans who had identified market opportunities that leveraged their specialized knowledge and operational experience. Colonel James Martin, a strategic intelligence officer who had transitioned to senior leadership positions with defense contractors while maintaining reserve military status, provided insights about entrepreneurial opportunities that combined military experience with business development and technology innovation in areas relevant to national security and defense applications. Military intelligence professionals with operational experience and strategic perspective are uniquely positioned to identify capability gaps and develop innovative solutions that address real-world security challenges, Colonel Martinez observed during a strategic technology briefing. The combination of practical knowledge, analytical capabilities, and understanding of operational requirements creates competitive advantage for developing products and services that meet authentic military and security. His perspective demonstrated how military experience could serve as preparation for business leadership and innovation, rather than representing a career phase that limited entrepreneurial opportunities or technology development possibilities. The vision he presented integrated military service with continued contribution through private sector innovation and technology advancement. The accumulation of these perspectives and opportunities had created a comprehensive vision of professional development that positioned military service preparation for expanded impact and continued contribution, rather than temporary employment, requiring eventual transition to entirely different career activity. The strategic intelligence assignment had revealed possibilities for building upon military experience while serving national security objectives through various roles and responsibilities. The personal satisfaction derived from this expanded vision of professional possibilities contradicted every assumption about military service limitations that my family had expressed throughout my career. Rather than constraining future opportunities, military experience was providing unique preparation for leadership roles and continued service that would have been impossible to develop through traditional civilian career progression alone. The communication challenges with family members during this period reflected the difficulty of conveying the significance of strategic intelligence work and the professional development opportunities it provided, while maintaining operational security requirements that limited detailed discussion of specific responsibilities and achievement. The gap between their perception of military service and the reality of my experience continued widening as my responsibilities and recognition increased. Victoria's assessment of my career progression during our regular family communications demonstrated persistent understanding about the strategic importance of intelligence work and the career advancement opportunities available through sustained excellence in military service. Her focus on immediate financial advancement and conventional status markers prevented appreciation of the long-term value of military experience and the unique capabilities it was developing. Jessica, while I appreciate that you are receiving recognition within the military assistance, you need to consider the opportunity cost of spending your late 20s in military service, rather than building civilian career credentials and professional relationships. Victoria advised during one of our monthly video calls, the longer you remain in military service, the further behind you will be when you eventually pursue civilian employment opportunity. Her perspective reflected continued ignorance about veteran employment trends and the increasing recognition among civilian employers of military experience. The strategic intelligence work that she viewed as career limitation was actually building credentials and expertise that would be highly valued by government agencies, consulting firms, and technology companies requiring sophisticated analytical capabilities and demonstrated leadership under pressure. The new vision that had emerged from strategic intelligence experience provided clarity about professional development possibilities that integrated military service with broader impact and continued contribution to national security objectives. The foundation that family members viewed as career limitation was actually preparation for opportunities and recognition that would ultimately vindicate my career choices, while demonstrating the value of choosing purpose over conventional measures of professional success. The implementation of my expanded vision for professional development began with concrete actions that demonstrated commitment to excellence, while building the foundations for continued advancement within military intelligence and eventual leadership roles in national security affairs. The strategic intelligence assignment had revealed opportunities for impact extending beyond traditional service boundaries, and translating this vision into reality required deliberate steps toward building expertise, credentials, and professional relationships that would support long-term career objectives. The first significant step involved pursuing advanced education that would complement military experience with academic credentials and specialized knowledge relevant to strategic intelligence analysis and policy development. The application process for graduate studies in international relations at Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service represented a pivotal decision that would shape my professional trajectory, while demonstrating commitment to intellectual development and strategic thinking capability. The Georgetown program attracted mid-career professionals from military service, government agencies, and international organizations who sought to build upon practical experience with theoretical frameworks and advanced analytical methodology. The academic environment would provide exposure to diverse perspectives on international security challenges, while offering opportunities for research and policy analysis that complemented operational intelligence experience. Professor Elizabeth Chen, the program director and former State Department official with extensive experience in strategic planning and policy development, conducted the admissions interview that would determine acceptance into the competitive graduate program. Her background included senior positions in diplomatic missions and international organizations, providing perspective on career development that integrated academic credentials with practical experience in government service. Your military intelligence background and deployment experience provide valuable practical knowledge that enhances academic study of international relations and strategic security issues, Professor Chen observed during the interview discussion. The combination of operational experience and academic analysis creates unique preparation for senior positions in government agencies, international organizations, and policy research institutions that address complex global security challenges. Her assessment reinforced understanding that military experience served as preparation for expanded impact rather than representing limitations that required academic credentials to overcome. The graduate program would build upon practical knowledge while providing theoretical frameworks and research capabilities that would strengthen preparation for senior leadership roles, requiring both operational understanding and strategic perspective. The acceptance notification from Georgetown University represented validation of academic potential while creating opportunities for intellectual development that would complement military service and prepare for continued contribution to national security objectives. The program structure allowed for part-time study while maintaining active duty status, demonstrating military commitment to professional development and long-term capability building. The second critical step involved volunteering for specialized training opportunities that would build expertise in emerging areas of strategic intelligence analysis and technology applications relevant to modern security challenges. The Defense Intelligence Agency offered advanced courses in cyber threat analysis, economic intelligence assessment, and predictive modeling techniques that were becoming increasingly important for strategic planning and threat assessment. The Cyber Threat Analysis course provided training in technical methodologies for assessing digital security challenges and understanding how technological vulnerabilities affected national security objectives. The curriculum included collaboration with private sector technology companies and academic research institutions, conducting cutting-edge research in cybersecurity and information warfare prevention. The course director and former National Security Agency analyst with expertise in cyber intelligence emphasized the strategic importance of technological understanding for intelligence professionals working in contemporary security environments, where digital threats represented significant challenges to national security and economic stability. Modern strategic intelligence analysis requires understanding of technological vulnerabilities and cyber threats that can affect critical infrastructure, economic systems, and military communications networks, Dr. Rodriguez explained during the course introduction. Intelligence professionals who develop expertise in cyber threat assessment will be essential for addressing the most significant security challenges facing the nation over the next. His perspective highlighted emerging career opportunities that integrated traditional intelligence analysis with technological expertise. Captain Martinez, your analytical insights and professional development Demonstrate the type of intellectual leadership that the intelligence community requires for addressing contemporary security challenges. General Morrison observed following the conference presentation. Your combination of operational experience, academic credentials, and ability to communicate complex analysis to diverse audiences positions you for senior leadership roles within military intelligence and broader national security affairs. Her recognition reflected growing reputation within military intelligence while suggesting opportunities for continued advancement and increased responsibility. The professional development steps that had seemed like individual achievements were actually building cumulative reputation and capability that would support major career advancement opportunities. The fourth critical step involved mentoring junior analysts and contributing to the professional development of other military intelligence personnel, demonstrating leadership capabilities while building networks of colleagues who would support career advancement and collaborative professional relationships throughout the intelligence community. The mentorship role with newly assigned strategic intelligence analysts provided opportunities to share lessons learned from deployment experience while developing teaching and leadership skills that would be essential for senior positions requiring team management and capability development responsibilities. The experience revealed natural abilities for professional development and training that complemented analytical expertise. Staff Sergeant Jennifer Kim, a junior analyst assigned to our strategic assessment team following completion of advanced military intelligence training, benefited from mentorship that accelerated her professional development while demonstrating effective approaches to capability building and performance improvement within high-demand analytical environments. Captain Martinez, your guidance about analytical methodologies and strategic thinking approaches has significantly improved my ability to contribute to complex assessment projects while building confidence in my analytical capabilities, Staff Sergeant Kim reported during a performance evaluation discussion. The mentorship has provided practical insights about professional development that complement formal training while preparing me for increased responsibility and leadership opportunity. Her feedback reinforced understanding that effective leadership involves investing in other people's development while building teams capable of superior performance and continued innovation. The mentorship experience provided preparation for senior leadership roles requiring capability development and team building rather than simply individual analytical excellence. The professional development initiatives that comprised these first steps toward implementing expanded career vision had created momentum for continued advancement while building recognition within military intelligence and broader national security community. The strategic approach to capability building demonstrated understanding that sustainable career development required deliberate investment in education, expertise, and professional relationships, rather than simply relying on operational performance alone. The cumulative impact of these professional development activities had transformed my position within military intelligence from promising junior analyst to recognized professional with growing reputation and expanding opportunities for senior leadership roles. The foundation that family members viewed as career limitation was actually providing unique preparation for influence and contribution that extended far beyond traditional military service boundary. The communication challenges with family during this period reflected the difficulty of conveying the significance of professional development activities and recognition while maintaining operational security requirements that limited detailed discussion of specific achievements and opportunity. The disconnect between their perception of military service and the reality of my career trajectory continued expanding as recognition and advancement opportunities increased. Victoria's response to news about academic acceptance and professional recognition demonstrated persistent inability to appreciate the strategic value of military intelligence experience and the career advancement opportunities it provided within government and national security sector. Jessica, pursuing graduate education while maintaining military service seems like an inefficient approach to career development that delays entry into civilian employment markets where real advancement opportunities exist. Victoria observed during one of our regular communications. While you are investing time in military-related education and training, I am building experience and professional relationships within technology industries that offer unlimited growth potential and financial reward. Her assessment reflected continued misunderstanding about the career value of military experience and the employment opportunities available to intelligence professionals with demonstrated analytical capabilities and leadership experience. The professional development activities that she viewed as career delay were actually building unique qualifications and recognition that would create competitive advantages throughout my career regardless of specific employment sector. The first steps toward implementing expanded professional vision had demonstrated that military service could serve as preparation for broader impact and continued contribution, rather than representing career limitations, requiring eventual civilian transition. The foundation-building activities had created momentum for continued advancement, while establishing reputation and capabilities that would support senior leadership opportunities extending far beyond traditional military service boundaries. The inevitable pushback against my expanded professional development efforts emerged from multiple directions during the months following my acceptance into graduate school and completion of specialized training programs. The resistance manifested through bureaucratic obstacles within military structures, skepticism from colleagues who questioned the value of advanced education, and intensified criticism from family members who viewed my continued military commitment as increasingly misguided career decision-making. The institutional resistance began when my request for modified duty schedules to accommodate graduate coursework encountered unexpected opposition from mid-level administrative personnel, who questioned whether academic pursuits aligned with immediate operational requirements. The bureaucratic process that should have been routine approval became prolonged negotiation, requiring intervention from senior leadership to resolve scheduling conflicts and educational support issues. Master Sergeant Robert Thompson, the administrative supervisor responsible for personnel assignments and training schedule, initially expressed concerns about allowing modified duty arrangements for graduate education that might impact team readiness and operational capability during periods of increased intelligence requirements. Sergeant Martin, while professional development is encouraged within military intelligence, we must balance individual educational goals with unit mission requirements and operational readiness standards. Master Sergeant Thompson explained during our initial discussion about schedule modification. Graduate school commitments that interfere with deployment availability or operational assignments could compromise team effectiveness and mission success. His concerns reflected legitimate operational considerations, while revealing underlying skepticism about the value of academic credentials for military intelligence professionals. The institutional bias toward practical experience over academic achievement had created cultural resistance to educational pursuits that might be perceived as prioritizing personal advancement over unit mission requirements. The resolution of scheduling conflicts required documentation demonstrating how graduate education would enhance rather than detract from analytical capabilities and strategic intelligence contribution. The approval process demanded detailed justification of academic coursework relevance to military intelligence responsibilities, while providing assurance that educational commitments would not compromise operational availability or performance standards. Colonel Anderson, my mentor and advocate within the strategic intelligence community, provided crucial support during the administrative approval process by emphasizing the strategic value of advanced education for senior intelligence positions and the military investment in long-term capability development, rather than simply immediate operational utilization. Captain Martinez represents the type of intellectual leadership that military intelligence requires for addressing contemporary security challenges that demand both operational experience and advanced analytical capability. Colonel Anderson stated in her written endorsement of the educational support request, the combination of deployment experience, strategic intelligence training, and graduate education creates unique qualifications for senior leadership roles within intelligence and national security affairs. Her intervention resolved the administrative obstacles while establishing precedent for supporting educational pursuits that aligned with long-term career development and strategic intelligence capability building. The experience revealed how institutional resistance could emerge even within organizations that officially encouraged professional development and educational advancement. The colleague skepticism proved more persistent and emotionally challenging than bureaucratic obstacles because it came from peers whose opinions and professional relationships mattered for daily work effectiveness and career advancement within military intelligence. Several experienced analysts questioned whether academic pursuits represented commitment to analytical excellence, or misguided pursuit of credentials that had limited practical application to intelligence work. Staff Sergeant Michael Davis, a senior analyst with extensive deployment experience and strong performance record in tactical intelligence support, expressed concerns that became representative of broader skepticism about academic education among some military intelligence professionals. Captain Martinez, I respect your analytical capabilities and deployment performance, but I question whether graduate school provides better preparation for intelligence work than continued operational experience and specialized military training. Staff Sergeant Davis stated during a team discussion about professional development approaches, academic theories about international relations and security studies may not translate effectively to practical intelligence analysis and operational support requirements. His perspective reflected genuine belief that military experience and practical training provided superior preparation for intelligence careers compared to academic education that might lack direct operational relevance. The debate highlighted fundamental differences in philosophy about professional development and the relative value of theoretical knowledge versus practical experience for intelligence professionals. The challenge involved demonstrating how academic education complemented rather than replaced operational experience while building capabilities that would be essential for senior intelligence positions, requiring strategic perspective and policy analysis capability. The resistance from experienced colleagues required careful response that acknowledged their concerns, while explaining the strategic value of integrated development approaches. The response strategy involved sharing insights from graduate coursework that directly enhanced analytical capabilities and strategic intelligence assessment, while demonstrating practical applications of academic frameworks to current operational challenges. The approach emphasized complementary rather than competitive relationships between academic education and operational experience. Dr. Jennifer Harrison, a Georgetown professor and former Central Intelligence Agency analyst, provided validation for the integrated approach during a guest lecture to our strategic intelligence team about contemporary security challenges requiring both operational understanding and theoretical analysis capability. Modern intelligence analysis increasingly requires professionals who can bridge practical operational experience with academic frameworks for understanding complex geopolitical relationships and emerging security challenges. Harrison explained during her presentation to military intelligence personnel, the most effective senior analysts combine deployment experience with advanced education that provides strategic perspective and policy analysis capability. Her perspective helped address colleague concerns while demonstrating how academic credentials enhanced rather than diminished the value of military experience for senior intelligence positions. The external validation from respected intelligence professionals provided credibility for educational pursuits, while building support among team members who had previously expressed skepticism. The family resistance intensified during this period, as Victoria's career advancement accelerated, and the contrast between our professional trajectories became more pronounced in ways that reinforced her criticism of my military career choices. Her promotion to senior management positions within technology companies provided platform for increasingly pointed commentary about my career decisions and their impact on long-term financial and professional prospects. The most challenging resistance came during family gatherings, where extended relatives and family friends expressed concerns about my continued military commitment, while Victoria received praise and recognition for her business achievements and financial success. The social dynamics created pressure to justify career choices that family members fundamentally misunderstood, while celebrating achievements that aligned with conventional success metrics. During Christmas dinner at our parents' house, the conversation focused extensively on Victoria's recent promotion to Director of Product Development at her technology company, along with the stock options and salary increases that accompanied her advance. The celebration of her achievements created implicit contrast with my military career that prompted uncomfortable questions about my future plans and civilian employment prospects. Uncle Carlos, my father's older brother who had built successful construction business, expressed concerns that reflected broader family sentiment about military service and career development. Jessica, we are all proud of your military service and the recognition you have received, but you need to consider your long-term financial security and career advancement opportunities, he stated with characteristic directness during family dinner conversation. Victoria has established herself in a high-growth industry with unlimited advancement potential, while military service provides limited financial rewards and unclear civilian employment prospects. At some point, you need to transition to career opportunities that offer real financial security and professional advance. His comments reflected genuine concern combined with fundamental misunderstanding about veteran employment opportunities and the career value of military intelligence experience in civilian sectors, requiring analytical capabilities and leadership experience. The family resistance was more emotionally challenging than professional obstacles because it came from people whose opinions mattered personally while demonstrating persistent inability to appreciate the strategic value of military career development. The response required careful balance between respecting family concerns and maintaining confidence in career choices that reflected personal values and professional goals rather than external expectations about financial advancement and conventional success measures. The challenge involved explaining military career value without appearing defensive while acknowledging legitimate questions about long-term planning and professional objectives. The resistance period also included unexpected obstacles from personal relationships and social environments where military service was viewed as temporary phase, requiring eventual transition to civilian careers that offered greater social status and financial advance. Dating relationships became complicated by career choices that potential partners questioned or misunderstood, while social environments emphasized civilian career achievement over military service and contribution. The cumulative impact of resistance from multiple sources created periods of self-doubt about career decisions and professional development strategies that had seemed clearly beneficial during periods of recognition and advance. The pressure to conform to external expectations about career progression challenged confidence in choices that reflected personal values, while building capabilities for meaningful contribution to national security objectives. The breakthrough came through recognition that resistance often indicates meaningful change and professional growth that challenges conventional assumptions about career development and success measurement. The obstacles and skepticism were actually validating the significance of pursuing development paths that differed from traditional approaches while building unique capabilities and recognition. The senior intelligence officer who had provided guidance about entrepreneurial opportunities in defense contracting offered perspective during this challenging period that reframed resistance as confirmation of innovative career development rather than evidence of poor decision-making. Captain Martinez, the resistance you are experiencing from colleagues and family members reflects their limited understanding of contemporary career development within national security fields and the increasing value of military intelligence professionals in civilian sector. Colonel Martinez observed during a mentoring discussion, the fact that your approach differs from conventional military career progression actually creates competitive advantages that will become more apparent as your capabilities and recognition continue developing. His perspective helped transform resistance from obstacle into validation of strategic career development choices that were building unique qualifications and recognition within national security community. The opposition from people who measured success through conventional metrics actually confirmed the value of pursuing development paths that created distinctive capabilities and opportunities. The resistance period ultimately strengthened commitment to professional development strategies while building resilience and confidence that would be essential for continued advancement, despite external pressure and skepticism. The obstacles had tested resolve while demonstrating that meaningful career development often requires persisting through periods of misunderstanding and opposition from people who cannot appreciate innovative approaches to professional growth and contribution. The experience reinforced understanding that authentic career development involves choosing paths that align with personal values and long-term objectives rather than conforming to external expectations about appropriate career progression and success measurement. The resistance had become confirmation that strategic professional development was creating unique capabilities and recognition that would ultimately validate career choices through achievements and opportunities that conventional approaches could not provide. The emergence of crucial supporters and mentors during the resistance period proved instrumental in sustaining my professional development momentum, while providing guidance, advocacy, and strategic connections that would accelerate career advancement beyond what individual effort alone could accomplish. These allies represented diverse backgrounds within military leadership, academic institutions, government agencies, and private sector organizations, creating a network of professional relationships that validated my career choices while opening doors to opportunities that would ultimately lead to extraordinary recognition and advancement. The most significant ally emerged unexpectedly when Brigadier General Patricia Morley, the senior commander who had previously commended our intelligence team's crisis response performance, requested my assignment to her personal staff as a strategic intelligence advisor for regional command operation. This appointment represented unprecedented recognition for a captain-level officer while providing direct access to senior military leadership and strategic decision-making processes that would accelerate professional development and visibility within the highest levels of military intelligence. General Morrison's mentorship philosophy combined high-performance expectations with genuine investment in subordinate development, creating learning opportunities that extended far beyond traditional military career progression. Her background included combat command experience, advanced civilian education, and senior positions within Joint Staff and Pentagon operations, providing perspective on career development that integrated military excellence with broader national security leadership preparation. Captain Martinez, your analytical capabilities and professional development trajectory indicate potential for senior leadership roles within military intelligence and broader national security affairs. General Morrison explained during our initial strategic advisor orientation meeting. This assignment will provide exposure to strategic planning processes and senior leadership responsibilities that accelerate preparation for positions requiring both operational expertise and policy development capability. Her mentorship approach emphasized strategic thinking development and policy analysis skills while providing direct involvement in decision-making processes that affected regional security operations and international cooperation initiatives. The exposure to senior leadership responsibilities provided invaluable preparation for future advancement while building confidence in capabilities for strategic planning and complex problem-solving under pressure. The strategic advisor position required preparation of intelligence assessments and policy recommendations that were briefed to general officers, senior civilian officials, and allied military leaders throughout the region. The responsibility demanded analytical precision and strategic perspective while demonstrating communication skills and professional judgment appropriate for senior leadership consultation and decision support. The work environment within General Morrison's strategic planning team included interaction with accomplished professionals from across the military and civilian national security community, creating learning opportunities about different career paths and professional development approaches that had led to senior leadership positions. These colleagues became valuable allies who provided guidance about advancement opportunities and strategic career planning within government and defense sector. Colonel David Chen, General Morrison's Chief of Staff, and distinguished officer with extensive experience in strategic planning and international relations, served as direct supervisor and mentor for strategic advisor responsibility. His background included advanced degrees from Harvard Kennedy School and Georgetown University, along with senior positions at NATO headquarters and United Nations peacekeeping operations, demonstrating career development that integrated military service with international experience and academic credentials. Captain Martinez, the strategic intelligence work you are conducting represents preparation for senior positions that require understanding of complex geopolitical relationships and ability to synthesize multiple information sources for policy development. Colonel Chen observed during performance evaluation discussions, "Your analytical capabilities and professional development efforts position you for advancement opportunities within military intelligence, government agencies, and international organizations that address global security challenges." His guidance emphasized the transferable nature of strategic intelligence skills while highlighting career development opportunities that leveraged military experience for continued service through various organizational affiliations and leadership roles. The mentorship provided strategic perspective on professional planning, while building confidence in capabilities for senior leadership responsibility. The academic allies proved equally important for sustaining professional development during periods of institutional resistance and external skepticism about educational pursuits. Professor Elizabeth Chen at Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service provided academic mentorship, connected graduate coursework with practical intelligence applications, while creating opportunities for research and publication that established credibility within policy and academic community. Professor Chen's background included senior positions with the State Department and National Security Council, along with extensive academic experience in international security studies and strategic analysis. Her dual perspective on government service and academic research provided valuable guidance about career development that integrated practical experience with scholarly credentials and policy analysis capability. Your military intelligence background provides unique practical knowledge that enhances academic research and policy analysis, while your graduate education builds theoretical frameworks that strengthen strategic thinking capability. Professor Chen explained during thesis research guidance meetings. The combination creates distinctive qualifications for senior positions within government agencies, think tanks, and international organizations that require both operational understanding and academic expertise. Her mentorship facilitated research opportunities with prominent policy research institutions, while providing introduction to senior government officials and academic leaders who recognize the value of military experience combined with advanced education. The academic network that developed through these relationships created opportunities for continued professional development and policy involvement beyond traditional military career boundaries. Michael Harrison from the Defense Intelligence Agency became another crucial ally through collaborative research projects and professional development initiatives that connected military intelligence experience with broader analytical capabilities and strategic assessment methodology. His background included extensive experience with intelligence agencies and academic institutions, providing perspective on career development within the intelligence community that spanned military service and civilian positions. The research collaboration with Dr. Harrison involved development of analytical frameworks for strategic threat assessment that combined operational intelligence experience with advanced methodological approaches used by senior intelligence professionals throughout the government. The project resulted in publications and presentations that established recognition within the intelligence community while demonstrating capabilities for innovative thinking and analytical excellence. Your analytical innovations and research contributions represent the type of intellectual leadership that the intelligence community requires for addressing contemporary security challenges, Dr. Harrison observed during research collaboration meeting. The combination of deployment experience, strategic intelligence training, and academic credentials creates unique preparation for senior analytical positions and policy development roles within government and defense sectors. His advocacy within intelligence community circles provided visibility and recognition that accelerated career advancement opportunities while building relationships with senior professionals who would become important references and supporters for future assignments and advancement consideration. The private sector allies emerged through professional conference participation and research activities that connected military intelligence experience with defense contracting and technology development opportunities. These relationships provided insight into civilian career possibilities while demonstrating how military experience could translate to leadership roles within companies supporting national security objectives. Up next, you've got two more standout stories right on your screen. If this one hit the mark, you won't want to pass these up. Just click and check them out. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upload from us.